Good afternoon, I'm Shania, and this is One News Now. This piece of news just crossed the wires. President Duterte has certified as urgent the bill seeking to extend the validity of the 2020 national budget. This comes as the House of Representatives voted 231-6 in favor of the measure. Several senators have also expressed support for the proposed extension, saying it will benefit those most affected by the pandemic. And the uptick in Metro Manila's COVID-19 transmission rate is expected to translate to a spike in cases after the holidays. Greg Gregorio breaks down the numbers for us in this report.
UP experts are warning about the continuous rise of the COVID-19 infection rate in the country this Christmas season, particularly in Metro Manila. The number indicates how contagious a disease is, which then helps experts predict the movement in cases, assuming that all individuals in a given population are susceptible. An infection rate of less than 1 is ideal. According to the UP Octa research team, from 0.77 back in late October, the number increased to 0.87 after a month. However, Professor Guido David says the transmission rate in NCR has exceeded the 1 threshold on Monday, reaching 1.06 to be exact.
As low as mga 0.66 last October, and then November, mga nasa 0.7, 0.8, and then this December, mga 0.9, and ngayon, actually, by the latest calculation, greater than 1 na siya.
Such increase in infection rate might translate to higher cases in the next couple of weeks. Despite this, David says the COVID-19 situation in the capital region is still manageable ahead of the holidays.
Yung actual cases naman siyempre babantayan natin. And right now sa Metro Manila, it's still mga 400, less than 400 cases per day. So kahit tumaas siya to mga 600 cases per day or 700 by end of December, manageable pa naman yan.
Meanwhile, the health department maintains that the rate remains below 1 as they have yet to verify the data from the UP Octa.
Sa ngayon, nakikita natin yung ating transmission rate is still below 1. Ano? These are modeling, no? They are modeling, and these are based on scientific assumptions.
Vergara notes that they appreciate the intent of the experts to warn the public against a possible spike in cases.
Gusto natin paghandaan ito by informing the public, no, that there could be this possible surge after the holidays kung hindi natin ipapatupad na maigi ang minimum public health standards.
Other health experts are also calling for toned-down celebrations, especially in households with children.
Nakita nila pwedeng mas mataas pa ang load ng virus, so ang virus na nasa kanilang mga katawan at na binubuga nila kaysa sa ibang mga matatandang nasa ICU. It is strongly recommended by pediatricians for children to remain home.
Otherwise, Nolasco is urging families to opt for well-ventilated venues on top of observing strict COVID-19 measures. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
COVID-19 cases in the country have exceeded 450,000. The health department reported more than 1,300 new infections on Monday, pushing the active case count to above 23,000. The latest data shows that the highest rise in new cases was in Quezon City, where 147 were recorded overnight. The virus killed 24 more patients in the past 24 hours, pushing the nationwide death toll to more than 8,700. On the other hand, some 418,000 have gotten better from the disease, with 41 new recoveries reported today. The National Police is now on full alert in the enforcement of COVID-19 protocols as Simbang Gabi starts this week. In today's Laging Handa briefing, COVID Shield Commander Cesar Binag says they are monitoring online posts to trace violators. Binag added that they're only using yantok to measure physical distancing as approved by the Human Rights Commission.
Natin panukat, no? Paalala. Sana tuwing makikita mo nila yung yantok, ang maalala mo nila, binabantayan mo namin sila para maging ligtas sila sa COVID at pinapaalalahanan sila at maging ligtas din sila sa ibang krimen.
And one international vaccine maker is not pushing through with its plan to conduct late-stage trials in the Philippines. Greg Gregorio is back and joins us live this time around from Mandaluyong to give us the details. Greg, which pharmaceutical company are we talking about and what prompted the cancellation?
AstraZeneca is no longer interested in conducting a late-stage trial for its vaccine in the country. Earlier today, the Health Department confirmed that a British-Swedish pharmaceutical company has withdrawn its application. Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergara explains that AstraZeneca has enough participants already to conclude its trials being done abroad. According to Vergara, the pharmaceutical company may still apply for an emergency use in the country. The government has been in talks with AstraZeneca even prior to the signing of tripartite agreement between the company, the private sector, and vaccine czar Carlito Galvez for over 2 million initial doses of vaccine. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. is also in constant coordination with Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Joey Concepcion for the second part of this agreement. The private sector is independently seeking to procure another batch of vaccine to be donated to the government. AstraZeneca earlier reported an average of 70% efficacy based on data involving over 23,000 trial participants in the United Kingdom and Brazil. Dr. Edsel Salvana, a member of the DOH Technical Advisory Group, says AstraZeneca's data have been peer-reviewed by other experts. As for China's Sinovac, Salvana is calling for transparency following reports that it is bribing drug regulators to expedite the approval of its vaccine. Dr. Tony Lianchon, former advisor to the National Task Force Against COVID-19, is also raising a red flag on vaccine-related data. Lianchon is questioning the government for prioritizing shots, particularly those from China that supposedly don't have enough tests yet to prove their safety and efficacy. Sean, the DOH is also set to meet with the World Health Organization officials to finalize the solidarity trial in the country. Vergara says that the initiative is estimated to begin by either third or fourth week in January next year. Sean?
Thanks for that update, Greg. That was News 5's Greg Gregorio joining us live from Mandaluyong. Across the pond, the United States is set to begin COVID-19 vaccinations with a drug using the drug from Pfizer and BioNTech. The first batch of the vaccines are now being shipped to hospitals across the U.S. Officials say more than 100 million people, or 30% of the U.S. population, could be immunized by the end of March 2021. Mass inoculation has likewise begun in Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says an initial 30,000 doses of Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine have arrived, and nearly 250,000 more doses are expected this month. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Officials of the North Luzon Expressway and Valenzuela have finally sat down to discuss issues hounding the RFID system. For the details, Gerard de la Peña joins us live from Valenzuela City. Hi, Gerard. How did the dialogue go? Was it favorable?
Well, Sean, the NLEX Corporation's business permit remains suspended even if they already had a dialogue earlier today.
The CPLGU have finally met on Monday to address the issues surrounding the push for a cashless toll system. During the meeting, City Mayor Rex Gatchalian reiterated his reasons for suspending the toll operator's business permit. He cited the heavy traffic experienced by his constituents due to the inefficient reloading and stickering system in the expressway.
Nag-privatize ho tayo, kung matatandaan natin, ng mga assets ng gobyerno kasi naniniwala tayo na ang mga concessionaire o ang private sector may technical expertise. Dapat mas magaling sila than sa government.
The NLEX Corporation admits that their system is far from perfect and that improvements are now underway. They plan to reopen cash lanes. The toll operator has also vowed to remove the reloading and sticker installation at toll gates, which have been mainly causing the gridlock in the tollway. NLEX has provided handheld devices for those whose stickers are damaged or undetectable. As for long-term improvements, the company has presented its plans to reconfigure the Karuhatan Toll Plaza to accommodate more vehicles. It will also impose a barrier-less and open road tolling system in 2 to 3 years.
Actually, patuloy din po namin talagang nire-review yung mga proseso para po i-improve. Magiging user-friendly po yung mga app namin.
The Senate is set to tackle the hiccups in the implementation of cashless toll transactions on Thursday. Among those summoned for the inquiry are officials from the Transportation Department and the Toll Regulatory Board.
Well, Sean, Mayor Gatchalian says that the ball is now with the NLEX Corporation to roll out its improved promises as well as to convince the local government unit to reinstate its business permit. Sean.
Thanks for that update, Gerard de la Peña joining us live from Valenzuela City. In other news, Bohol Governor Arthur Yap is reminding visitors about the test before travel policy ahead of the island's reopening tomorrow. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Governor Yap said the negative swab test results must be issued no less than 72 hours before arrival. The official added that long vacations are allowed, but travelers will be required to undergo another test on their 5th day on the island.
So, nagdesisyon tayo na by tomorrow, December 15, bubuksan na natin ito. But you have to log on to the tourism.bohol.gov.ph page, no? Because you have to register there.
Meanwhile, the Immigration Bureau is backing proposals to require foreign travelers to secure a COVID-19 passport before arrival in the country. The Bureau says this passport will indicate whether or not a person has been vaccinated against COVID-19 and should speed up airport processes. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.